Well, in a recent study, 60% of respondents under the age of 35 claimed to have satisfactory or excellent financial knowledge and skills. But when the researchers asked them to back that up, an average of only 36 out of 100 was achieved. Professor Bernadine de Klerk is with UNISA's College of Accounting Sciences and has a special interest in personal finance, and she was part of this comprehensive study. Professor, there's a grave disconnect here between what young people think they know about their finances and what they actually do know. Is this unique to the age group or part of a bigger problem?
Yes, good morning and thank you for having me, Annika. Yes, unfortunately, it's not just limited to this youth cohort. We do see across all age groups that people are much more confident or overconfident of what their actual results are. And it's not just a South African situation. We've got similar results when we do international comparatives. So people are quite over-optimistic of what they think they know. But when we do measure that, it's quite a big disparity, as you've indicated with the stats.
Professor, do we know what the root cause of this is, and what does the study consider to be satisfactory financial knowledge?
Yes, and I just want to highlight in our study, we've limited, it's a very rudimentary assessment, so it's not a comprehensive assessment like the EPCA sometimes do, and we're waiting for the new results that the EPCA will be releasing with the baseline assessment that they did a quite comprehensive study in 2021, so we'll see the results shortly. But in our study, we've just highlighted some of the key concepts that we thought would be necessary regardless of your age group. So we asked them about their knowledge about interest rates, about inflation, what the impact that could be on their finances, portfolio returns. Does every asset class have the same type of response? So it's, as I said, quite rudimentary. So it was just 5 questions. So it's not something that we can claim that's a comprehensive measurement. But as I said, we've got similar research in other countries that these type of rudimentary indicators does give us insights to the bigger problem. So on those questions, as you indicated, it means that they had less than 2 out of 5 questions correctly, as on these 4 concepts that I've alluded to. So that's for us the big problem, that even on the basic financial concepts that we would expect somebody to have, it's problematic that they don't have that knowledge. So there's not a score that said they should have 80% or 60%, but we look at it comprehensively at the concepts or the competencies that we normally refer to. As I said, do they understand debt management? Do they understand the micro environment that they need to facilitate their finances in? And for the youth cohort, specifically focusing on them, they're the future consumers. A lot of them, as you've mentioned, we're starting with the 18-year and older group. They are already quite active financially. They do think they know a lot. They trust their family and friends to help them with financial advice. And giving this lack of knowledge of the older group that they take from expert advice through, it's almost a vicious circle that keeps on festering itself. So they're not getting the right information necessary from the right sources, and we have the skill set to validate the information. So they trust the sources that they get the information. They make financial decisions based on unvalidated context, and then they may make quite disheartening decisions that can be very detrimental to their future financial situation, because they make decisions now, they become over-indebted now, and to get out of that debt trap, it takes them years, and then some of them never get out of that debt trap. So the financial decisions that they make between the age of 80 to 30 can have the higher impact for the rest of their financial lives.
Very quickly, Professor, thank you for that. If you could pick one thing you wish people knew about saving and finance in 2022, what would that be?
The magic of compound interest. Start young, save as much as you can, even if it's not a lot of money. So it doesn't have to be thousands. A 10 rand year or 100 rand year over time, compound interest is the best friend you can have from a financial position.
Thank you so much, Professor Bernadine de Klerk of UNISA's College of Accounting Science.